Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sean Andrew, back with another review. This time we'll be talking about Pretty Little Liars, Season 2, Episode 16, Let the Water Hold Me Down. Now, the two side stories in this is actually with Emily, as her and Maya are hooking back up. And she notices something is wrong because Maya seems to keep dodging her phone or is always getting these messages. And we end up learning that she was messing with someone else when they were apart. Kind of found out it was a guy, which seemed kind of odd to Emily. The other side story was mostly with Arya. Arya's going out on kind of a semi-date with one of her childhood friends, and it's to a location where there's a play being done that her and Mr. Fitz was supposed to go to. So with the thought that maybe she'd run into him, she was more than happy to go, even though she's really still thinking about Mr. Fitz. And Mr. Fitz shows up. He has this look on his face like, oh my gosh, this girl will not leave me alone, but I can't look sad. They don't really say anything to each other because of another woman who intertwines in the situation. But then they learn later on that he ended up leaving a few minutes after the show had started, and Arya felt really bad. But the other guy that she's with, the childhood friend, sees, well, apparently you weren't here for me. You were here for somebody else, but maybe we can turn this into an opportunity. Leading that maybe whatever he's going through, whatever she's going through, they can kind of be each other's backup plan to still go out and do what they really want to do. Or maybe something could actually happen relationship-wise between them, which by now I'm kind of hoping for, just because I feel really bad at what's going on between Arya and Mr. Fitz, to the point that there doesn't seem to be any turnaround in this. The parents are set, they're ready to go to the police. I think if something else happens, they're definitely willing to throw this out there towards the public, which would really tar him, plus being a teacher. So it's kind of like, by now, if they're not going to show any window for Mr. Fitz to have a way back in, then just to let his character go and give Arya something more that she can actually deal with, which is somebody closer to her age. Okay. Other than that, the more predominant storylines was dealing with Spencer and Hanna. We'll talk about Spencer first. She ends up, the girls end up finding a receipt, and Spencer wants to do more research. So she decides to go and look up where the receipt was. She sees it just some newsstand, and she learns that there is a blind school around there. She goes in, she ends up talking with a guy, and on the way out, she steals one of the sign-in books from the year that Allison died. When she gets back, she shows the girls that Jenna and her boyfriend were actually signed out at the same time during the night before Allison died. So that puts more pressure on those two characters that are definitely having something to do with the death of Allison. Which I still think that's just more of a good coincidence. When it comes down to it, I'm still up in the air if Jenna actually had something to do with it. I mean, after seeing what happened with the whole the burying of the body, and they found the shovel and the things that Jenna said, it seemed like that could be a chance, but I still think that's just coincidence at this point in time. And the other major story with Hanna is still freaked out about what happened at the boat, at the lake house, the boat flipping over, going into water. She still feels that something is wrong with Lucas. The information they found as well around Lucas knew his way around the lake house, up at the attic. Emily telling about how, Lucas was the one that actually called the crisis hotline, so it's something he just has to do. And when it's all said and done, you notice that Caleb is one of the main supporters for Lucas, almost looking at him like a brother for everything that he's done for him. And when we learn that the main reason Lucas did all this was just because he was trying to tell Hanna that he had made a bet and lost Caleb's money. So that's all Lucas's concern was, and he was really beat up about it, and that's why he was gone at those particular times, because he was off selling his comic books to try to raise back the money. He gave him back a portion then, and then Hanna just kind of looked at him like, you're not the guy who I thought you were, and you can't fully. The way it looked like as if it was kind of a bad thing, but you could also kind of take that as a good thing. So it's kind of weird. That's practically the end of the episode. I wish Hanna would calm down a bit because there was also an issue between her and Mona. Mona just wanted some attention, and Hanna seemed to not really care. Mona actually ended up talking to Spencer, and Spencer actually kind of helped Mona back a little bit. And it just seems like this stuff is really getting to Hanna. A is really winning when it comes over to Hanna, particularly because out of all of them, she seems to be the main one that can't really deal. But I feel that by now that's mostly just because of Caleb, because she really doesn't want him to be involved in anything. But still, she's messing everything up with Lucas. She's messing everything up with Mona. You know, she's even, because of her little attitudes, been causing problems between her and Caleb. So Hannah's the one that seems to be in the most trouble. She definitely needs to get her act together. Well, that's the interview. Please leave your comments down below on your thoughts and what you think should happen in the next episode. My name is Sean Andrew with the TV Show Review, and this has been a review of Pretty Little Liars, Season 2, Episode 16, Let the Water Hold Me Down. See ya.